But yeah, that's my thoughts about the Forest Temple. I don't like the layout of it, but I do like the theme. So I kind of have mixed feelings about this place. Oh, that's just Deku nuts. Screw them. So, in other news, I am looking forward to Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It is about to come out real soon. At the time I'm recording this, I did pre-order it. It's only a couple more days and then it's finally coming out. Can't wait. Oh yeah, it'll definitely be a lot of fun. I wonder if it's gonna be like the Nintendo Land, where like they had the Luigi's Mansion minigame. I'm trying to remember what they call it, like Ghost Hunt or something like that. But I'm just curious if the mechanics are going to be something similar to that, or if they'll have a mode that involves going through mansions in that fashion, like where you can play as the ghost. I imagine they're going to have something like that, because if I'm not mistaken, they did announce it would have like a multiplayer mode. So maybe it's something that they will pull out at some point. You can hope for it. Okay, I think I have to go up the ladder first before I move on. If not, sorry I wasted the time, but just gotta make sure I get through this. Okay, yeah, I think I did have to come through here first, so I'm glad I came up. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It'll be out faster before you can say Italian Ghostbuster. I don't know where I got that from, but that's really what that game is, Ghostbusters. Poltergeist, anyone? Okay, yeah. It totally is Ghostbusters, though. Speaking of which, the original Luigi's Mansion, I did do a Let's Play of that. When I first started it, I didn't have the microphone that I have right now. So, like, I originally started with my laptop mic, so, like, the first few videos of it, it's gonna be, like, listening to a dying hyena. I don't really know how else to, describe it, but that's how my voice sounded at the time, because my laptop mic did not really do justice with having good quality in terms of my voice going over electronics. I believe... Okay, yeah, if you backwalk here, you can actually skip the little thing where Navi's like, hey, this room is twisted. And there I skipped the trigger point where she also says, watch out for the shadows of monsters that hang from the ceiling. Okay. And I don't care, because we're actually not going to be fighting the Poe Sisters. Just a heads up on that. Okay, back to more Stalfos. With an unfair advantage of being able to walk on air. I swear, it actually would have been pretty cool. I mean, it's a bit cliched, but I'll go ahead and say it anyway. Why couldn't they have had the hover boots here? Because they're showing like the Stalfos walking on air. You think it'd be cool, like, if you got the boots that it was wearing or something. Just a random thought I had there. Anyway, after you defeat the first one, 2 more spawn out of that platform that falls down. Fills up the hole that was previously there. I am using the crouch stab so I can take them out faster, hopefully. Okay, I think I hit each of them one time so far. Wow, I don't know how I dodged it. Every time you defeat a Stalfos, there is just major lag. It's just weird. Especially the N64 version. I think like the GameCube and the VC version, obviously, with a better engine, it can handle that animation much better without lagging. My goodness. That was definitely unnecessary lag. I feel like that's something that could have been fixed. But those Stalfos do, oops, it's this side. Those Stalfos do, reform if you take too much time. So if you defeat one, and you take forever to defeat the second one, the other one will come back to life, which can be annoying. So that's why crouch stabbing with a powered-up attack definitely helps you out. Anyway, we got the bow. I am going to use Ferore's Wind now. And this might take me several tries, but I will definitely do what I can to show this glitch here. We're actually right at the spot I need to be. It's the steps that take you up to where you got the first key at. Well, first key if you did it the same order as me. But anyway, I'm about to do a glitch here. You're gonna nudge yourself in the corner, like this, and just kind of like position yourself so that you're facing the door diagonally. You're gonna pull out the hook shot so that you can line up the red dot like with the wall and the door. Hold Z, and as you're backflipping, like right as soon as you backflip, you want to push the button to trigger the hook shot, and I screwed it up. I was too late. But yeah, you want to like trigger the hook shot right as soon as you backflip. Like, you don't have to hold the button, you just have to push the button like you're about ready to use it. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, I didn't quite do it, let me try again. At least I didn't fall off the edge. Okay, I still didn't quite do it. I think I'm a little off here. Let me reposition. Just slightly nudge the dot over. Okay, let's try again. Okay, maybe it's just the way I'm facing, so let's try this then instead. Yeah, it's a bit finicky. This can be a little frustrating if you don't get it the first time. Okay, there we go. And you should be able to hang on the ledge and clip through underneath the stairs. I totally know what I'm going to name this video now. And what happened? Okay, I didn't quite glitch underneath properly, so I'm going to try again. I'll probably cut out to where I successfully do this if I take too much time. Like that. Okay, I am underneath the door right now. I'm probably going to have this part in so that I can explain this. Basically, you're using the hook shot as soon as you backflip because it will cancel the distance you travel while backflipping. It'll basically cut you short. But once you get under the steps here, for some reason, the closer you get to the steps, it just shoves you out from underneath this door here. But you want to line yourself up with the door, and you do not want to hold forward on the control stick. Like, when you jump, you're about to make a jump here, but you just want to do a regular jump and not hold forward on the control stick. And I messed up, so I will be back when I do this properly. Okay, there, I finally got it. That actually didn't take as many tries as I thought it would. As I said though, you don't want to hold up on the control stick, because if you do, it'll actually go too far and it will knock you into an endless abyss. And if you're just a little bit short off of the trigger point, it'll trap you in the basement, and you can just walk off into the abyss to spit you back out into the room you were just at. But anyway, we finally made it into this strange room, and who we think is Ganondorf at first, but it actually turns out it's not. Perfect description in Japanese. I can't even read it. I thought this was cool though, how they had a fight against at least the horse, I guess. I don't know if it's his actual horse that was shown when Link was just a kid. I think that's the wrong one. Yeah, it is. Ah! Oh, that was close. Okay, yeah, you want to stand between, like, the Triforce symbols if he does his shockwave attack. I should probably get the bow out in case he gets too far away, unlike the previous time. Okay, and every strategy guide I've ever seen about this says to go for the lighter colored one, which I just seen right there. The one on the left obviously was a bit lighter than the other. But not by much, so it can be hard at times to see which is the real one. When they're together like this, though, it is definitely a lot easier. I don't know why I fired so many arrows there, because I only needed one. Okay, we should get him. This phase isn't too bad, it's the second phase that I don't really care for. Okay, it's this one. Okay, here we go. Oh, too bad I don't have an empty bottle, I could use that against him. I want to save my fairies, though. Whoa, you're spinning around so much. Okay, this is what sucks. The angle of the camera gets so bad here, and it's hard to sometimes see, like, what the heck you're doing. And then whenever you start, like, fighting Phantom Ganon, a lot of his energy balls have a tendency to miss. However, you do want to do crouch stab as much as possible, so that you can do maximum damage. But yeah, like that. Early on, he has a tendency to miss. And I don't know if it's just because, like, he's a good dodger. Not implying baseball when I say that. And that sucked. But yeah, here I was going to show you can't use, like, the bow and stuff. Even when he's... Whoa, that was weird how the hookshot's trigger, or little red dot was, like, behind Link. That would have been interesting if I actually, like, triggered it, like, the hookshot to see where the chain went. But I just hate, like, the camera angle that this sometimes causes, because then you can't see, like, where you're aiming at when the ball's coming at you. In my opinion, Phantom Ganon can definitely be more trickier than Ganondorf himself. Oh wow, what the crap was that? That was pathetic. Like, he didn't even really attempt to volley it with me. Did you see that? That was so weird. But anyway, Phantom Ganon's dead. And Ganondorf decides to telepathically communicate with us. Well done, kid! But you've only defeated my Phantom. I promise when you fight the real me, you won't be so lucky. And then he's like, what a worthless creation that ghost was. I'll banish it to the gap between dimensions. I don't know how I remember those lines so well. That's not like exact word to word in English, but I know he says something at least very close to that. I don't know, just something about this boss fight. This is definitely one of the more tricky ones. I managed to get through fine without needing a fairy, though, so yay! And I'm actually happy that I was able to get to the fairy bow without getting turned around, like I mentioned about. So yay! I think that's actually like the first time I've ever gotten all the keys and not have to turn around and seek one that I missed. So, good job, me. That was kind of lucky, though. But that would be the Forest Temple. It was pretty quick, and I didn't really have much to comment on it other than that I hate its layout, but I like its theme. And here brings the next question I'm about to say. I think they have confirmed that the sages are dead, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just thinking, like, what happened to Saria. I think if you communicate to her with the Ocarina at this point, she'll say that she entered the temple because she heard the spirits crying for help, but that, like, there was monsters everywhere, and she doesn't say that, like, anything bad happened to her directly, other than that there's monsters in the temple, and it's completely overridden. I guess it's implied that, like, Phantom Ganon or one of the Stalfos or something, whatever the case might be, is what actually killed Saria. That's all I can figure from it. But with that said, we actually warp back to the forest to witness the birth of a new Deku Tree. And there's a lot of speculation. Hyrule Historian never confirmed this, but I do see all the time. There's constantly new theories about... Oh, hello, like, long-delayed scream. A scream should not be that long for just a short hop of getting knocked back like that. I guess that's the only scream they have for Link, that's why they went with it, though. Yes, we learn that we are not Kokiri, but Hylian. And that the mother just wandered into the woods and is like, oh, hey, this old tree that looks like a elder could definitely take care of my child. Well, actually, the case is that the mother was pretty much dying. But it's just weird to think about it. Like, you're giving your child to a tree. Anyway, the speculations I was going to talk about real quick. A lot of people like to say the old Deku Tree that died appears again in the Wind Waker, and that it's either the Forest Haven or the Forbidden Woods itself when you walk inside. And a lot of people like to speculate that as well as the fact that there's like houses, I guess, inside the Forbidden Woods. Now, it is confirmed that the Koroks were the Kokiri at one point in time, and the Kokiri had just turned into them as the land had changed and everyone had to move up to the mountaintops when Hyrule got flooded. So that, I guess that kind of makes sense, really. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Goron City. I will meet you guys there when I get there. And I have made it back to Goron City. We're pretty much moving right on to the next temple, because there's nothing... Well, I'm sure there's stuff that I can do, but... like this gold sculpture. Figured I'd go ahead and grab it since I heard it nearby. But there's really not much I want to do right now, so that's why I'm just moving on to the Fire Temple. Like I said, it's right here, so it makes sense to just go ahead and do it. Anyway, we're going to stop the rolling Goron that's in here, so that we can talk to him. The best way to get him to stop is when he comes around the corner here, shoot the bomb flower. Just like that, you can get him to stop. I have recently learned that the blast radius for bombs and bomb flowers is different on this game than it is on Majora's Mask. Basically, on Ocarina of Time, it goes in like a radius pattern where it starts small but it becomes big as the blast is shown physically on the screen. Like, you'll see the red haze that comes from a bomb blowing up, basically. And that indicates as it gets bigger, so does the blast radius itself. But on Majora's Mask, apparently the blast, there is really no like expanding blast radius. It just makes a big boomf. Like, it's whenever the bomb blows up, everything that's around it is also immediately under the blast itself, if that makes sense. So it doesn't like start small and grow big like it does in Ocarina of Time. It's just flat out blowing up as soon as it blows up. And that's why I have seen and tried out on my own. Like, I looked into this, and that's how I found out, you know, that the blast radius was different between these games. Bomb hovering is easier on Majora's Mask. I have been trying out the Japanese version a little bit that I got in the mail, in addition to Ocarina of Time. And like I said, you know, I did bomb hovering, and it wasn't that big of a problem. I was able to do it without much difficulty. And I guess it has something to do with the fact that the blast radius of the bomb is different on Majora's Mask. I don't know why else I would have an easier time. Oh, it's just arrows. And I think this is a red rupee, yeah. I can skip it. I think it's like a Deku stick as a kid, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take the secret path. Yes, Navi, I know it's hot. I do want to point out real quick, you can mega flip down to the entrance, up from that ledge. It is actually not that hard to do. I have done it a couple times before. And if you heard that, that was my cat sneezing. Aren't you glad you guys watched, though? Wasn't that glitch at the Forest Temple fun? But oh my goodness, that took a few tries. Yeah, I will say, if you're going to do that glitch at the Forest Temple that I just showed with clipping through the wall to get to Phantom Ganon, it's definitely an intermediate level glitch, I would say. I'll be doing similar clipping glitches coming up in the future temples, including the Fire Temple. There will be one coming up here that I'll be doing. Okay, this song I can kind of play fast. Not fast, but the notes are pretty simple enough to remember. This is another good song. I pretty much like all of the adult Ocarina songs for warping. There's just a certain charm about them that I like. And as you can see, I haven't even put on the Fire Tunic yet. I'm going to see how much I can do without actually using the Fire Tunic. That's why I didn't put it on right away. I just wanted to open the door so I could take the shortcut, though, to get to the entrance of the Fire Temple. But anyway, as I was saying, you know, there will be good glitches coming up. The Shadow Temple and Spirit Temple are definitely going to have a good handful of goodies that I'll be showing. Water Temple, probably not as much, because there's actually a lot that requires the hover boots, and I would have to do dungeon skipping in order to do that, obviously. And the other thing is bomb hovering, so yeah, I'm not going to have too much to show when I get to that point. But anyway, I am going to stop the recording here, slowly make my way down the ladder. Next time I will pick up, we'll be doing the Fire Temple. Until then, this is ToadinWonderland. I will see you guys back for more of Let's Play Japanese Zelda Ocarina of Time. See you guys later.